like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Faurot Field in Columbia, Missouri, home of the Missouri Tigers. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Missouri Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tigers offense will have first crack at this one. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
To throw, it's Clark. Serious arm strength on that third down pass, but it's incomplete.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. They get to him as he throws. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. So the Missouri Tigers offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with a clock in his head in this one. He's not
turning it on. Just keeps moving. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
Man, I just love physical backs that break tackles and get those extra yards and show that toughness, Palmer.
He's so hard to get on the ground, David. He plays with great pad level and also has phenomenal balance for a running back.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass. Takes the easy one to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Bringing the heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy.
Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to throw, it's Clark. Got him downfield. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box.
He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen. for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They've spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. Gets it out quickly. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Sends it downfield. Hauls it in on the right. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
That's a really nice catch there, and I know LSU goes by the moniker of DBU, but you take a look at all the draft picks they've had in recent years, and with this guy and his talent, they may be getting consideration soon of joining teams like Alabama and Ohio State for wide receiver U. This guy is really good.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. To the air, it's Clark. Going for it all. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make a connection.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That is...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it on the outside. Finds some room. The 10. Touchdown, Missouri. He got it loose, and it was lights out after that. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
The number 1 goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him. Try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of the next.
There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Just feeds the running back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air, it's Clark. Makes the catch. Gets it past the marker for a 1st down, and that's the way we will wrap up the 1st quarter. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So first down here as they go back to work. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab on the left.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it, using the quick game. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. It's complete. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And the Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. And they can't punch it in with a first down run, and the defense has one stop. And the D deny them on second and goal. Quarterback duplicitous in his dealing. Some would even say sneaky. Scores on the sneak.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for them every play. That's my quarterback.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. North Carolina is down right now, but that kid on the defensive side, I know this is a big statement, but he looks like a young Lawrence Taylor. Do not rule out a comeback. They're trailing by 10 to Pittsburgh. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. How about this job by the defense? A well-disguised blitz by the free safety results in a sack.
And you don't blitz the free safety much because he's a guy that stays back usually. But what do? You said well-disguised. That's what...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Got some room into the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Back to throw, it's Hall. On target over the middle. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. From the gun, the running back has it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it at the 20. Touchdown, Tiger. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out route. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Tigers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. From the gun, the ground game. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll try the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He's now up to 70 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Pocket breaking down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Back to throw, it's Clark. This time it's complete. Got room at the 35. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Wants to throw on first down. Soft spot in the middle. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. LSU looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. A shot toward the end zone. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the pass interference in the end zone will give them a free 15. Remember the difference in this rule and the pros. Ball is not placed at the 1-yard line in this situation. The snap sets up to throw. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. That is a costly mistake as the penalty wipes the touchdown off the board. LSU lining up first and goal. Wants to go up top. Give him 6. Touchdown LSU!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And the extra point splits the uprights. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the...
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 40. The 20. Past it, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum.
He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, LSU. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
He'll bring it out. It's Moffitt. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Dropping back, it's Hall. Working that left side. He's down at the 25-yard line. Waning moments of the first half. It is a first down. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw, it's Hall. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Got the quick pass. He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Moffitt. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. The Tigers are on the move. Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They march to the end zone the last time they had it, do it again, and they'll be on top. Offense in a bunch formation. First play of the drive, wants to throw. They go to the wide receiver screen. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Zings it complete to the right. Has plenty for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 28. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick release on the RPO. Turning it on. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
4 wideouts set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Hall. Oh, they're after him. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to throw deep right side. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their 1st pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wants to return it. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. LSU will dive into the playbook secure with the football and put it on the ground, David.
Yeah, and I think sometimes that will cause for you to be a little bit conservative, but keep doing you. Put that behind. It's one mistake, Jesse, move on.
I've always been a fan of getting that guy who fumbled it, the ball back early. You got to let that guy turn the page. They need him to make plays if they're going to win this game.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Looking to pass. It's Hall. Rushes on him. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Finds a spot in the middle. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play in there inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Snagged in the middle. It's Moffitt. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense.
You talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, 1st down.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Give to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. And the Tigers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
I love the play call running the football here in the 4th quarter, because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on an RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. open downfield. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. This time on target. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
I think that's the hardest part about coaching 18 to 22-year-olds, David, is complacency is something you're always trying to fight. They were the higher-ranked team coming into this game. Looked like they were just, kind of cruising through early, had some miscues, but they fought their way back, and now they have the lead.
And they definitely were sleepwalking. And they knew they were the better team, but they dug themselves a huge hole. I love the response. They got punched right in the mouth, but they didn't quit. And they didn't pout, and they didn't sulk, and they responded really well. They got on a heater, man, and they took the lead in this ball game.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Missouri! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this quarterback right away seeing, I got to get rid of the football. There's a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. He spits it out, and I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good. Really nice pitch and catch. And guess what? You got the lead now in the 4th quarter.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. To the air, it's Clark. Good timing on the quick out. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Got the first down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Might as well give it to him again. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Got his man down the middle. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. From the gun, he leaves it with the bat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. What they would give to help their kicker out with a few yards on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 55-yarder. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. There he goes. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking for a man. It's Clark. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the fourth quarter for the touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Wants to fire on second down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Gotta have it here on fourth down. Takes a hit as he fires. Finds a man in the middle. He's loose on the right. Smashes through the tackle. The 20. The inside. Touchdown, Tiger. And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Who can you count on in those big moments? Who can make those big plays? Who do you trust? And they trust the receiver to run a go and to run right by the DB. He makes the play, breaks the tie, takes the lead for this football team.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Charlotte took its show on the road, and they'll be packing a big old W in their bags for the trip back to the Queen City. Never underestimate the importance of a road win and how it can impact a team's trajectory. Always fun to see two of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Here's a throw downfield late. Reels it in down the left side. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. To the air, it's Clark. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Tigers! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And at this stage of the game in the fourth quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. and they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. To the air on first down. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step
under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's picked off. That's number 10. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. You're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
The quarterback takes a knee. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work. Through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.